serene part of this area. Just gonna sort of, maybe like a nice rock to sit on. Because I'm just gonna simply just put the sword on the ground, so just sit there and just mourn my friend and possibly think about the actions to come.
Fair enough. As the rest of you sort of go on about your day, whatever you head off and do, whether it is to mourn or to try and contact individuals or whatever, it seems as though almost everything seems rather fruitless to your end. This day has been filled with bloodshed, shock, and grief, and yet you know that another one is on the horizon. No one hears anything from or for or about whatever is to come, but all you know is that the next day will never be the same. That each passing day throughout this, something has now changed. An end of an era and a beginning of a new one has come. As you do so, and it moves on to the next day, Felix, Aldous, and Stan, what is it that you want to do as you pass on into the next day?
Can I attempt to contact Garland?
Oh, okay, you want to contact Galan. Okay.
Oh, Garland, just to see if he can. Because I think he said, he offered me a favour.
Okay, so you want to do that. You use the specific signal that he asked you to do so, and you attempt to contact him. As you do so, it seems as though nothing really happens until you're like, okay, that was a waste, and then you just see him just sat behind you, eating like a peach.
Oh, hello. Hello, Galan.
And what is it that I might help you with today, Aldous?
Did you see what happened to my friend, Felix? I mean, not Felix, Fletcher.
The curse that spreads.
Both.
Stab. Disease.
Both, yes. Then he eats the whole rest of the peach and then pulls out the pit. Yes, I did see that. You want me to go to his funeral? I barely know the lad.
No. With your powers, can you bring him back and bring him and the facility back?
Oh dear, my poor boy. I'm afraid that kind of question is not exactly within my capacity. Not without something incredibly powerful.
What would you need?
Well, first of all, I'd need a minimum of a time stone. Don't exactly see those lying around very easily. The other... No, I couldn't possibly ask if you'd help me.
What is it? What would you need?
No, I couldn't possibly ask you.
Can I roll to see if he's actually being genuine or if he's doing one of those, oh, yeah, please don't ask me what I need? No.
Roll insight.
Yeah. Oh no.
I mean, he's being pretty coy with it, but even you can see that he's sort of he wants to ask you, but he kind of doesn't, because he knows that what he might be asking of you is a bit too much.
Please, just tell me what it is you want and I will consider it.
The only other possible item that I could see myself being able to get my hands on to do this is my Miracle Stone.
Your Miracle Stone? Where would that be?
To my knowledge, it is the prize of this Crucible of Avarice, but I've never exactly seen why I can't sense it. I know that it must still exist, but I can't seem to track this Stilton Maximilian down.
Thing is, though, even with the Miracle Stone, couldn't you just use its powers? Because it does have the power of time, does it not?
It does, yes.
Without using it, could you not? Without using it up, could you not use its power to go back and save everyone?
Well, that's exactly why I need it. It's got every power conceivable. The ability that I created for it is that our kind would be expanded in our own abilities, but if I had that power, I could undo exactly what it is. I could bring the dead back to life without any issue. I could heal the sick and undo the things of the past. I created it for the sole purpose of understanding the universe, but not long after I created it, I was killed by an individual that I never saw because he had no power. Or moreover, his power was that he had no true affinity to powers. He could negate and nullify the very existence of abilities. Because of that, I wasn't able to come back to life. I'd already pre-programmed etchings into my boneworks, but that's exactly how I died, not long after I got the Miracle Stone.
So for the moment, you cannot help. You cannot aid me.
Not for the moment. Not until I get my hands on a powerful enough time stone or even the Miracle Stone.
Can I ask if you ever do come across a time stone, could you return to us?
That is what you want my favour to be, correct?
Return to us to get back my friend and the. Yes.
I can see what I can do, but using just a time stone to bring back so many things all at once, it would either have dire consequences, or it could even be possible that the stone would destroy itself. Using that much time energy to remove a causality of that size, it's not exactly an easy task, is what you're asking.
Well, it is possible that they have come. That you have already succeeded. They no longer exist in our time. They disappeared in a flash. It's quite possible in that moment, that time, you went and saved them.
Your optimism is almost sickening, but it's admirable.
When you believe in anime as much as I do, you like to see the possibilities of existence.
Just be careful. Messing around with certain forces, in my history, those forces tend to have an ability to hold grudges. Some of them even have faces, and they do not like to be seen. Now I should probably get back to what I was doing. So far I've already gotten 3 different power stones that I needed, but still time seems to elude me. I will keep an eye out, but
Thank you.
I'm sorry for your loss.
A possible loss.
A loss nonetheless, my friend. Never forget that. Powers don't give you everything.
No. But Adamite can. It
Again,
is everything and all things.
yet again with that optimism. It just vanishes.
Then I guess he'll go probably to his church and begin sermons.
Fair enough. Felix, what about yourself?
Felix is probably just trying to meditate. I feel like there's probably a portion of time where he'll try and see if he can contact Tendra, the other guy that we fought who was there helping us, any of his family members that were in there.
Okay.
Just covering his bases.
Again, still no answer, but all of them do ring, but none of them answer. you continue to attempt to meditate. Roll me nerve with disadvantage.
Okay. $14.
You're still holding out hope for the time being. As you continue on with the rest of your evening. Stan, what about you? What are you doing for the rest of the day / all the way into the evening?
Well, I'm gonna look for Jimmy. Jimmy.
You found Jimmy.
What's he up to?
Making, sweltering, building. The huge.
Hey, Jimmy.
Oh, if it isn't the Stan the man, the tanker
I
Stan.
don't know if he likes sandwiches, but I bring him a sandwich.
So you brought Jimmy Grum some Jimmy Grub?
Jimmy's
Yes.
grub. Oh, don't mind if I do. He takes a look at this sandwich and he just takes a massive chunk, as in one bite, half of it is already gone.
So, you working on anything interesting, Mr.
Oh.
Grum?
Oh, that is good. And then in the second bite, it's just all entirely gone. Working on a few different bits, a couple of swords, axes, armor pieces, chainmail, Kusarigama. For some reason, one guy asked me to make a scythe. Couple of bits and pieces for guns, ammunition. Yeah, a whole lot. Nothing too interesting at the moment, but I can. I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, I didn't really know him that well.
That's a shame. He asked me a couple days back to make him a staff. I finished it, but poor bastard never got to use it.
Indeed.
So what can I do for you?
Have you ever had to integrate any weapons with technology?
I can't say I often do that myself, but I'm not exactly unfamiliar to metalwork and circuitry, but I usually tend to stay away from the electronics. Why?
Well, I had an idea for some very large weapons that, wouldn't typically be wielded by a person, that I could integrate with my own technology, but they'd need to be pretty sturdy and, rather large, perhaps about the size of something that would fit to being about 6 meters tall.
Well, I do make ultra great weapons and colossal weapons, so I could make one of those. How about one around about 2 meters tall?
Make it 2.5.
Done. What do you need it made out of?
What have you got?
We've got all sorts here. We've got iron, steel, ion, ignis, fulgur, Buron.
Ion. Could you perhaps make an ion lance and a sword of a similar size as well?
I can make the lance out of iron, but I'm afraid if I use a whole 2.5 meters worth of stuff, I'm not really going to be able to get too much left. It'll have to be out of different material if you want a sword out of it.
And make the sword out of iron and lance out of something else.
Very well. What about fulgur?
That'll work.
That'll take me a few days to make, but can do. I'll charge you as and when it seems appropriate, considering how long it will take me with this lot's onslaught of weaponry and armour.
Well, we'll see. I have plans after this tournament is over, but could be finished soon.
Very well. I'll keep you posted. After finishing his chat, he goes back to his forge, finishing off with some more metalwork. Do you have anything else to do?
I think I'll be alright. I think I'll just go back to my house and eat a sandwich and work on some things.
Fair enough. As the lot of you go off and do your things, Aldous having your sermon, as you sort of try to get some more people invested, I would like you to roll me 5 charisma rolls.
Say, can I use diplomacy?
Yeah. No, it wouldn't be diplomacy. It would be persuasion.
Damn. Why did I bother getting diplomacy as my only +1?
I know. It seems odd.
Diplomacy is never used.
No, I mean, well, not in the terms that you're trying to use it for.
5d20 +5. I'd say.
We only persuade or make threats. There is no diplomacy here.
So I got a 3, maybe. A 13. 13's pretty persuasive.
Yeah, you got 3 new individuals that are interested. I'd like you to roll me 1d1.
Is natural 1 someone who becomes like a fan of Dacron?
No, just someone gets up and leaves in the first 20 minutes.
Okay. What do you want me to roll? Sorry.
Roll just a d100.
Okay.
And that natural 1 just burns the whole church to the ground. No. Okay, 72. Interesting. Thank you.
You summon Sacron to kill me. Just might be down.
So as you finish that off, and you sort of talk to a few of your previous individuals, you actually have a couple more disciples that are coming to this one that went to the last one. As it sort of goes into the evening, so you sort of still talk to a few of them before heading off to sleep as well, and the same with Felix. We still come to Anarche.
One thing before I go to bed, can I use my natural 20 of the day to put that whatever the power I got into my main power stone?
I think you used your natural 20 for the day already this morning.
Oh, but no, this is a new day. Remember?
This day isn't a new day, but you mean it in the next day? You mean?
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought we had changed time. I thought we went to bed. Then when I woke up, I summoned what's his face.
Oh no.
Oh, it's still the same day then.
Yeah, but you can use your natural 20 for the next day to pop that double stone into your current one if you want.
Aye, sorry, I misunderstood time. Yeah,
That's
sorry.
Yeah, okay. So you head off to bed. Anarche, we now come back to you. You're still sort of sat there, still mourning.
What is the time sort of now? If I just look up.
The moon begins shining into the sort of hole in the cave, back from when you sort of blasted out of there. It seems as though it is pretty much quite sort of getting into the night time now.
Soldiers, he gets up, stretches his arm. I'm just gonna put the sword in the portal.
As you sort of get up and then begin stretching, you then hear like a very strange, like clinking noise.
From which direction?
Off in the distance behind you.
I just have a look.
You see 2 yellow eyes just glowing in the shadows.
Do I sense anything, or is it?
You sense something, but it doesn't feel right. You need to roll me a SP because you feel like you need to focus and concentrate. Yeah, harder on this individual.
Alright.
as you do, this energy, this power, this life force, you feel like as if it's dwarfing everything on this island. Perhaps the biggest energy you've ever felt in your entire life.
I feel like Anarche, just as instinctual as a fighter, pulls the sword out and sort of like fist ready in one hand, sword in the other, prepared to go at any minute.
You then
Staring it
see
back in the eyes.
a metal foot reach out from the darkness and clank as it steps forward. As it moves forward, the shining moonlight hits this thing as it becomes reflectant. This gigantic, almost robotic visage standing before you. You then hear a voice, almost as if it can barely get out, almost like a dark spirit trying to whisper and shout at the same time, as you hear the voice say, "Do you recognize me?"
This energy signature, I've never felt it before. Less
No.
the power, more just the okay. I guess this is just an odd one. Can I roll history just in the sense of less here, just as I've been traveling the multiverse, is anything similar to this?
Roll for it.
14.
Over the times that you've spent throughout the multiverse and throughout your entire life, you've never met something like this before.
I can't say I do, as I prepare myself a bit more.
It walks closer and closer to you as you begin realizing that this thing is towering up to 3 meters tall. This thing being a good meter taller than you, bigger and bulkier. It's staring into you. It's now 5 meters away from you. As it gets closer, it's now 4 meters, 3 meters, 2 meters, and it's now basically standing an arm's and a sword's length away, as the sword slightly tink right up against the armor. I said, do you recognize me?
I swear, if this is Fletch.
And I'm pretty sure I said I didn't.
You wouldn't be lying now, would you?
Do you really think this is a situation I'd be lying in? Really?
How old are you, Anarche? How old?
Fucking whoa, dude. I'm 19. Chill down.
What?
I'm legal age.
This isn't... You shouldn't be... But... It then reaches for your throat.
Of course it does. Does it? I assume in an aggressive manner?
In an aggressive manner to try and grab you by the neck, yes.
I mean, if it's going for the throat, when is it?
Yeah,
not an aggressive
I
manner?
don't know. He might just be a bit, too into me. I don't know. I'm gonna try and use phasing lights, basically have him grab his own throat.
Okay.
I mean, no.
As you're about to, you then immediately feel this thing grab through the energy that you try to turn into a portal. As it grabs you, and it does not let go, as you now feel your voice tighten, as it then lifts you up. This isn't possible. You shouldn't be here.
Don't know what to say, Chief.
You... Aspen Green.
Who that?
Phileas Soul.
I don't know who that is.
Legion. Do
Out
these...
of Mass Effect?
What the hell is... It then just throws you to the ground. Not aggressively enough to know that he's throwing you to the ground, but not aggressively enough for you to take any more damage than, like, 1 point.
Oh, yeah.
You shouldn't be here yet. You don't recognize me. That's not... I could have sworn that because of this is because of your fault. You got here 2 months ago, correct?
I'm not using insane math in his head. Maybe.
And now you've started a war with Eden.
Hey, look, technically not entirely on me.
Why is it that I can never be away from you and your mistakes?
Did we, like, smash or something? Like, what's going on here? You seem very stalkery.
Very stalkery indeed. And yet your sarcasm has yet to improve.
Oof.
But if it has been 2 years, then you and I shouldn't have met. And yet...
Are you some, like, wacky time traveler multiversal dude? Because, the fact you seem to know other versions of me that happen to know other people at different times.
should be impossible?
Well, I would say so, if, I'm pretty sure that's not impossible.
Meeting yourself should be. Anabon children cannot pass through the dimensional barriers to meet themselves. Instead, there was another way of doing so. And yet here we are. I meet you even though I've met another version of you. Which means what I have done, it was not indefinite. You have not messed with time, I can tell it. You've not even seen other universes through their timelines. It does not matter. It then begins walking away to look at the power core.
Kind of keeps this whole island up, so I'd prefer if you didn't, you know.
I understand what a power core is and what it does, fool. My question is, how did you get your hands on it?
One, you're very insulting for being me, and, well, actually, I should have expected that. Alright, that's on me. And two, I went and found some Onga places.
You claim many things, but the ongoers, their technology, it shouldn't have been possible. You must have had someone on your team who was capable of it.
What, of understanding it? Yes, yes.
Fine. The entire armor begins to make some very strange noises as it begins to open up from the back, and therefore jumping out and revealing a man covered in scars. One very big, huge stitch mark going over the front of him, down his chest. He has on his left hand a scar on his smallest finger. As he turns to look over at you, he's got sort of like weird burn marks around his neck area. But it is, looking at you, is definitely a version of you. We need to talk.
Okay.
So you tell me that you've never met another version of yourself.
Not until today, no.
It shouldn't be possible for you to meet any versions of yourself, but I thought that I was finally free of you.
Right, can you explain the bigger story here? Like, in your own time, of course. Like, I feel like I'm missing a lot of context.
There are people in this universe, in fact, there are people in all of existence who can travel between dimensions. Those are called Anemon children.
Alright, I get this part.
However, your species, from your particular universe, believe them called the Ancestorials.
That's one of the names, yeah.
Now, hold up. Wait just a minute. Other universes, our kind, can't meet each other.
Yes. Right, so how are you meeting me?
Well, that's a great idea. Let's go back. 2 years ago, a dumbass wearing your face decided to do something very silly. He decided to stop time, and then travel through the multiverse to try and save his own universe, getting the strength to do so. But there's just one problem. That created a parallel dimension, where he was technically half a year older, but he returned to his own universe, which then created a splinter effect, which means it makes multiple infinite possibilities of that universe for every second that you weren't there, whilst also keeping the original in place. You then desynchronized yourself from your own time stream, meaning that any other version of you that came from that universe is also theoretically not existent, meaning that that version of him couldn't go to any other universes that were fitting to his original time stream. Now that would have all been fine and dandy, except you have a tendency, Anarche, to do this incredible thing where you make deals with people, including, but not limited to, very powerful beings.
Such as...
Oh, just a cosmic being known as Animar. This universe calls him a god, but just for the time being, let's just call him a spatial Omegan. He gave you a deal. You set him free, and therefore he was going to give you something in return. When he did so, that version of you got the option to go to an afterlife or go back to save his world. He did so, but that deity, or that being, didn't exactly give you what you wanted, more what you needed. He replaced your essence into a previous version of your own body. But where do you think the original body that was damaged to the point of death went?
I don't know, just flung off somewhere?
No, just about try the inner dimension. You do know what the inner dimension is, don't you, Anarche?
I knew of it physically existing, but yes, that does make sense.
It's the doorway that allows you to travel throughout the multiverse.
So that is somewhere you can actually get to, then?
No, yes, it is, and that other version of you figured it out as well, and met me. You see, this body is an old version of one of your lovely mistakes. Well, not you, another you. Dumber you, actually.
Why, thank you.
But this particular vessel, the original Anarche it was from, was then deleted from his own timeline. And this body was just lying around. So, I, being the genius that I am, got kind of tired of people mistreating bodies within inside of the inner dimension, so I took it. It was only a slight issue, though. This vessel was dying, and I needed someone to fix it. So, I may have manipulated some of your, or should I say, the other version of yours, friends, into giving me a much more suitable vessel. It's why I look like you, and why I'm covered in on your history. But my question is, I thought I sent myself to another universe. It seems as though my knowledge must have been a little off. I was hoping to go to a place where it had some more peace. You see, 2 years ago, the most amount of fighting that people were doing was off in a tournament. And then 3 months ago, they decided to open it up to the rest of the world. And I see yo dumbass coming over here 2 months ago, and now I hear that Eden has now got a big old fight on their hands. So it does seem a bit suspicious that the one guy who kinda is the whole reason why I'm here in the first place, because I was trying to get away from you, and you just end up causing a lot of havoc and destruction. You see where I'm getting here? Why I suddenly thought that the other version of you was here, maybe to just, I don't know, ruin my day?
Yes and no. I mean, so, yeah, pretty whack story. Give me a second. Yeah, so I know you probably don't care, but mostly the only reason I did that was because they just happened to kill a friend of mine and another person's friend of mine who was their family.
Sorry. What did you just... Sorry, what?
Right, which part are you watting at? So I can be more...
Oh, I mean,
clear.
what makes you think I care?
No, I did say that at the beginning.
Yeah, so
So what do you actually care about, and what can we just,
well,
what is it you actually want?
I thought yo dumbass was actually here to annoy me, but now that I know that that's not the case, I couldn't care less what you do, but now I'm going to have to find a new universe. So thank you for ruining that for me.
Honestly, considering your power, that is going to be like the easiest process for you. I don't know why you were complaining.
Hey, I built a pretty decent life for myself. I already have a pretty decent job. And look, I like living here. I mean, yes, you did get rid of your Kaiga, which actually makes it a lot easier for me to just now eat giant island turtles. They're very delicious, by the way. But nevertheless, you have been making a bit of a mess here. So if you could just not do that, that would be great. Just,
Right, yes, explain that to the country that's trying to start a war with it.
Fair enough. But I don't have to... I will say this. It's good that I don't have to get rid of you.
Is that a thing you do often?
Yes, I don't kill. No, definitely not. But what I often do is I just send people to the inner dimension, and they just live out the rest of eternity there. It's quite decent. A few of yous actually got ended up there the last time I checked.
A few, so it's a common occurrence.
Well, I mean, there's a few people. I mean, after realizing who you were, I have no doubt in my mind that you probably already realized this, but your friends dying gonna happen a lot, especially if you take on Eden. A lot of them are pretty darn strong. You're gonna need more than the kind of strength that you showed off 2 years ago. I'm assuming that you've gotten stronger.
I would definitely like to think so, yeah. Figured out the whole emotional spectrum thing, and to be fair, that isn't really strength, but...
Oh, okay, that's an improvement.
Why, thank you, sir. So, considering you have a lot of, interesting knowledge, this is something that's just kind of been bugging me, you might be interested. When I was doing that whole thing, I ended up back in a previous universe, I was being there. I met someone who I couldn't sense, who was just talking to me. It was very metaphorical about, like, a tree and existence and how all things link together, but then when I looked back, he vanished as if he never existed at all. You know any people like that who can just do that willy-nilly,
No, that could be a multitude of different people. I mean, for instance, you've met me countless times. I mean, before I even met the version of you that was irritating me, I'd met you multiple times before then. Although, ever since I got this new body, and ever since I've been living in this universe, I have severed my connection to the knowledge of the multiverse. So, my knowledge is now no longer limitless. Instead, it's only what I see and perceive here and now. So, I'm afraid I don't know who you're talking about. It could be anyone. It could be me. It could be someone. It could even be a ghost or even your imagination. I mean...
Wait, so there's multiples of you as well, like versions of you that haven't severed themselves off from this infinite knowledge?
Yes. Oh, I should probably introduce myself. I am Helios.
Oh, so you actually exist then?
Well, technically. Technically, I both exist and not exist. It's one of the reasons why, when I found this body, I inhabited it. Wanted to see what it was like to live. Which is actually quite fun, I'm not going to lie. But you, on the other hand, you're going to need to understand something very important. I'm not a god. I could not get more annoyed about that when people confuse me with them.
Are you just like a high interdimensional being then, or...?
Kind of. Some people call me an angel. I was more handcrafted just to make sure that you don't screw things up.
Specifically for me?
No, just your kind. Technically,
just in general, okay.
Well, you know, the Animon children.
Right. Oh, so you did actually guide... Oh, okay. I guess that would make sense where you'd guide my entire civilization to a specific outcome to follow specific rules. That does make more sense.
There are way too many of those. Anyway, so my point is, you're not actually here to ruin this whole world and conquer it in the name of whoever, whatever, or, I don't know, stupid stuff.
No, I fucking hate that shit. That's kind of why I started war, possibly.
So you started a war to prove that you don't like war?
No, I started the war against people who like warring and proving their superiority over races because they're scared of them.
He just slaps his face as like, this is why I don't get on with you. I share a face with you and you are tiresome.
Why don't you just get someone to change it then?
Because that's actually a good point. I never really thought about that.
Yeah,
Goes
you
off,
could
gets
literally
plastic surgery.
Yeah, you could literally just get anyone to change your face. Like, you're bitching a moment at me about it. Kind of sounds like that's on you, mate.
Hey, look, this is the only vessel that was available at the time. Also, it was...
Right, no, I'm not complaining about that part. It's just like you seem to really hate me with a core passion, and yet you didn't think the first thing to do was change the way you look after.
Look, it was kind of a metaphorical thing. I was going through a phase. I don't really know why I did it. I was a lot more angry back then.
So you're an angsty, in-dimensional being who has grudges against people.
Look, I basically exist in the multiverse. You can't not expect me to have a million different possible emotions and a million different possible faces every, 17 nanoseconds.
Is that true? I'm going to try and search his emotions.
Roll SP.
Is that true? It's only a 10, so...
You look further into him, and it is a very weird, fluctuating thing. You can't even necessarily see what his emotions are.
Man, you're more of a mess than I am, and that's saying something.
Please, if I was that easily readable, do you think that I would have gotten this far? I mean, most people only see me because I want to be seen. In all honesty, how do you think that I got that close to you before you noticed me?
Man, dude, that sounds like a pretty sad existence.
Not really. I mean, it comes in handy. A few different abilities do. But I'm not getting involved. Even if this planet completely erases itself with its stupidity, I'm not getting involved. So you can do whatever you want, but...
Well, wasn't expecting you to.
Good. Okay.
Are you looking for my approval or something? You seem really, tiptoey about things.
Anarche, I am older than you will ever possibly come to know. And yet you're still so irritating. It's actually amazing how my father doesn't actually get bored of your kind. Look, all I wanted to say was, if you were trying to specifically do bad, then I was going to have to stop you. But it seems as though you're not. Now, if you don't mind me, I'm going back to what I do best, which is chilling the F out and doing what I want to do. But I will say before I go, I like this version of you a lot better than the other version of you.
Okay, holds his tongue going, you don't know, just take the compliment.
Oh, also, don't mess with time, or I will probably kill your friends again. Bye! And he gets back in the armor, it closes up, and then it just sort of looks over at you, and then just folds into itself in a blinding light and disappears.
This day just keeps getting more and more. I need to talk to someone. I'm gonna put the sword away and I'm gonna go to Pinky's house.
You head off to Pinky's house. She sort of lets you in and she sort of asks you how you're doing and everything. You sort of, I'm assuming you explain everything that just happened.
Yeah, while I'm face first on the couch.
As she sort of just like sits there, just like listening to your woes and troubles. As it's sort of like eventually you guys like both fall asleep on separate sofas. The day sort of begins anew. Everyone beginning to wake up and head off to whatever they need to go off and do.
Are we back at full HP?
Yes, you're now back at full HP. You've all had full rest. It's now the next day. Sam, did you want to do anything now? Say, for instance, use that. I also didn't know if, Sam, you wanted to use your ability as well, like your sleepy time ability or whatever it is.
Sorry, I forgot I muted myself. Yes, I'd like to do both of those things.
Okay. I'm just going to say, yep, Power Stone is already in. You use your...
I say, can I get a 15? No. Yeah. One day I'll be able to. One day you'll be able to tell me what happens.
The thing is back when it didn't matter, you were able to do it all the time, and now you haven't been able to do it for such a long time.
I mean, to be fair, it's always been having to roll like I have to get 25.
Every time he calls, Anime just puts him on hold.
Yeah.
Hello?
No, it just gives me. I just get dreams instead. I dream of things like, oh, maybe it's showing me something, but it's like not actually anything. Like it's just dreams. As opposed to prophetic dreams.
Anyway, so you'll head off to the arena, as you have been told that you will be now fighting in the next battle. You'll sort of get there. Some of you are a little melancholy, I guess. Some of you are just trying to get on with the next day. And as it's being announced, you sort of say, and now we have the Kings of the Hill returning against the Shadow Party. How will they fare? And then suddenly the drones fly overhead and create the hologram of Stilton Maximilian. Welcome all, welcome all. Now, I know that it's been a hard couple of hours. Heck, it's also been quite a challenging last 24 of them. But do not be worried, my friends, because the Kings of the Hill, although they are missing a team member, I have specifically chosen one particular fighter that I believe should be with them to make it fair and honest. So now, representing a new combatant within their ranks will be this man, and then it points over to Connor's character, Mr. Ferdinand, or as he is often known as, Gunhead. As his hologram disappears, and Pink is like, yeah, I guess let's get going.
Alright, Gunhead, go into the arena.
Yeah, go on, Gunhead, it's starting you up.
Jeez, he always gets my name wrong. Fine. You guys asked me to go first, then?
Yes.
Might as well see what you can do.
Okay. Let me just get into a better style.
As gun some
He'll, as he reaches into his shirt and pulls out a small cord, as he tries desperately to push pull it out of himself, I will roll.
Okay.
Also, it's safe to say Felix is in new clothes.
Some kind of wind-up toy.
Let's see. What was the roll requirement we went for? Was it 15, 20?
So the original is 15.
Alright, so 15. So as he's desperately pulling on this cord, eventually you hear a click, and his head explodes into a chain gun. Shaking a little bit, he's like, "Alright, let's get into this battle!"
Okay, well it looks like Gunhead is ready and raring to go, as now we...
Gun!
Okay, Chain Gun Man. As we now... sake.
I wonder what anime Conrad has been watching.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. Does anyone else know?
I wouldn't know. I don't watch anime.
It's a complete mystery.
Yeah, complete mystery.
Really is.
Imagine if you lose this
Never
battle.
seen anything like this.
That would be hilarious.
Let's see what you can do. You get wrecked.
Fletcher streak
Oh, I hope
continues.
not.
The Fletcher streak will continue. Okay, as you step forth into the arena, as what happens next is they go, okay, and facing off against him will be the Shadow Party's mean fighting feather. Sorry, who wrote these intros? It's Blaze, as then pretty much a rather thin female figure flies in as she has like beautifully golden yellow wings on her back as she flies in and sort of stands to attention looking at you. She then just sort of looks and is like, well, this is going to be very fascinating. I hope that you're going to give me more of a challenge than what, well, you look like. You look a little concerning.
Enough talk. Get on so I can pepper you full of holes.
That's a bit stuffed, my dude.
Okay, that's a little concerning. Roll move speed.
Very well.
What is it with you and overly gruffly voices?
I don't know.
They just want to lose their voice, you know?
You know what? Yeah, just
Why not?
voice be gone. Okay. I will be going first.
Continue.
As she goes, okay, well, that was weird. And then she sort of like brings her hands up, and in sort of like outwards arc, she then brings them down. And then as they go up again, like sort of full circle upwards towards her head and then up towards her, she then immediately ignites on fire. As she has now just become a full-on, quite literally, ablaze. As she just then sort of flies for a second and then immediately dashes towards you, going in for some kind of an attack.
Come on, Joe, I'm just starting here.
I didn't know this was gonna happen.
He's already out to kill your character again.
I know. What the fuck, Joe?
I mean, I love the fact, Jesse, you were trying to tell me how badass and awesome your character is, and then immediately,
I'm gonna laugh your character gets one shot. That would be
It is just the final battle scene from Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Just
I mean, don't spoil. I haven't seen that yet.
okay.
So, how would you like to? How would you? Connor, roll a reaction of some sort.
I don't know, I guess.
I do feel bad for you, bro. I do feel bad.
I spin my chain gun aggressively.
Okay, would you like to roll for any kind of reaction?
Roll intimidation.
Okay, fine. I'll roll. I roll intimidation to stop this.
God, no. I don't know why you just wasted that, but I mean, fair enough. As she then just
It wasn't
immediately...
an actual 20, so it's not happening.
Yeah, fair. Although, if you had gotten a natural 20... no. Anyway, so as she, like, goes...
For this, so I know my first roll
hits you, as she
was
sort
not
of,
going
like,
to be.
blazes through you. You are hit with this damage. Taking...
Doubled because it's natural 20. Just gonna throw it on.
yeah, cheers for reminding me that.
You're good.
By the way, it was doubled on them both, so...
Yeah.
La, 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 la,
Unless it's a pure technique in which it can just be max damage.
It's not, it's just an...
just damage.
It's actually a usage style. It's a usage style, so it's actually not...
This will be fine then.
Can we
Yeah.
get on with
You
the
might-
murder, please?
You'll probably have to roll possibly, a fortitude or something, but I guess it's
This character has worse fortitude than Fletcher.
Oh wow, that's impressive.
I just realised... so that's actually... Oh, jeez. Okay, that's actually different then. That's 2 that's plus 2 that's plus yeah, I didn't realise that was going to be that. Yeah. As you get hit by this, as she dives in towards you and her foot just hits you, as you're immediately set on fire and a claw of pure flame cuts right through you like a hot knife through butter. As you take 64 damage.
I'll roll con.
I'm just going to say, I need to know what your maximum health and vitality is.
It is 216, and my con is 62.
Okay, so 216. Vitality is 62.
Oh.
I see, game. This is what you want to do today.
Wow.
So that is
Great first showing,
Okay, so 10
Yep.
and then under 5, so that's 2, so that would be 4, 6. Okay, so wait, is it 4 or is it 6? No, it is 4. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, I'm just going to say it's 4. Okay, so it's 6 additional points of damage as you now have a burn on your chest. From this, you will take an additional 6 points of damage every time that you get hit by fire. And you are also now on fire. As she passes right through you and is flying just behind you, about 5 meters off of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
I guess I will attempt to activate one of the other limbs.
Okay. Not enough.
I feel bad for your liver today, Conrad.
Yeah, the 2s. I just realised the
we
2s.
had
So many twos.
Too many, one might say.
I'm so glad I'm working tomorrow because I could not do shots. I'm not doing shots tonight, but I could not do shots on the amount of 2s that I've seen today.
There's been 6 already.
Only 6?
Alright, I guess I'll just start firing.
Okay, roll for it.
And I'm able to use gun fu for this, right?
Yeah, you're able to use your gunman martial arts regardless of whether or not you're doing it, but you obviously won't be able to add your melee damage to it, but that's not really that much of a problem.
That's fine.
Oh, come on!
Okay.
The dice
you-
gods, The dice.
Can I
god-
just
oh, cursed.
just roll another d20? I just want to see.
Flat D20?
Yeah, just a flat
Yeah,
d20.
just a flat d20
This isn't for anything.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you're
yeah,
fucked.
yeah. You're just like rinsed, mate. You're absolutely rinsed. Oh god. Okay, so that's that. Plus that. Plus. Jeez. Okay.
Is Sam laughing at me? Because for some reason I can't hear him right now.
Sam was laughing at you. He's not laughing now. As you now take... well, that's not 27. That is now 33 points of damage. So it puts you up to 95 damage. As it is now her turn. Right now, what are the current players saying? You go get him.
I think we're just all watching with disappointment, really.
Yeah.
Wow,
Sitting in the
guys.
stands, deadpan.
Wow, wow.
It's mostly just the fact he was so cocky. It's like, yeah, I want to kick ass.
Oh,
And he just, like,
let's go! And then immediately just trammed.
yeah.
Okay, she's attempting to attack. So far, I've gotten a 20. I doubt that this other one will be all that good.
You say it now.
Okay, that's not too bad. Wow, those are really
Okay.
weird parallels. Like, oh, I got a 5 plus a 15. Oh, I got a 15 plus a 5.
It's literally just the reverse. I'm attempting warning shot.
Okay.
34.
Nice. Okay, so you fire a shot. It stops her, and then it also hits her as it hits her.
Alright, so all the damage then?
Yeah, roll for it.
I guess I should ask you first. What's my damage for those bullets?
Well, if it's your basic thing and it's you, I think it would be plus 11 because you're level 10.
Very well.
So it's 3d10s plus 10. No, plus 11, yeah. Plus 2d20. As you fire off a shot towards her, it goes right through her body, hits against the barrier, and then as it gets to the other end of the barrier, it then creates like a weird wobble in through it as it then passes right out, and you just notice like a huge shell comes flying out of your body and then immediately flies upwards, attaches itself to the bullet, and then the bullet just perfectly falls all the way back down to the ground on your friend's side of the sand. It doesn't seem to have affected her whatsoever.
Well, it slowed her down at least.
She looks at you as like, cute.
That was only a warning.
And it's now your turn.
Alright. I will attempt again to try for more limbs. 20!
Awesome.
Alright, so that's 20, so both arms now explode into more more chain guns.
Okay, so since you're going for both of the arms, I will say that you still haven't activated it with the willpower aspect yet.
Okay.
Okay. Is now
Okay, then I'll activate the will part.
Okay. Roll for it. Awesome. That is now the end of your turn.
Yes.
Okay, good enough. She goes down again, trying to like fly towards you, like in a grand blaze, trying to attack you again with her talon feet.
I will reactively shoot.
Okay. And again, you're trying to beat a 33. No. Okay, if I remember this correctly, I believe it's D10 plus... Oh, actually, no, it isn't, is it? I forget, Mimicry. Yeah, it adds the user's strength and combat prowess, isn't it? So a D12 would actually be... A D12 is actually technically a D8 because you minus the 4 from it. So 8 onto 16. That's 24?
I think so.
Okay. Actually, again, like lands down and like hits you again with another one of her taloned claws of fire as it cuts right through you again, dealing not 43, but 49 points of damage.
Okay.
You are up to 144 damage. It is now your turn.
Alright, so Barrel Spinner doesn't take up 2 turns, right? I just have to roll 2 different things for it.
Barrel Spinner is technically it is an attack. It's just that you're basically rolling it with SP advantage. So you roll SP and then you roll your Gunman Martial Arts to actually like fire a shot.
Okay.
You just need to get a 10 and then a 15. So in other words, no natural ones. Okay, nice.
Right.
Nice. Good.
There we go. Kind of
Let's-
low rolls though.
Let's see. Ah! There's a part of me that really wishes that like I could just fudge these rolls.
You know, if you rolled in private, you could.
I could, but then none of you would believe that I would do the rolls that I did.
And sometimes that's okay.
Yeah. Sometimes the dice just
Yeah.
loves you and hates everyone else.
And yet, weirdly enough, this isn't even... I guarantee you, the one character in this entire party that I actually built, that I actually really like and think is going to be really cool, he is probably going to get absolutely bodied in the most disrespectful way ever. That's another 47 with the additional 6. That's then 53.
All this build up for nothing.
I really hope that you pull off like a ridiculous attack, because again, just throwing this out there, she doesn't have any damage resistance that she could resist against this attack if you pull off the attack that you need to do.
I know.
You are very close though. You've got 9 health left.
This is a
9? I thought it was
weird.
11.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, you are. Wait, no, you're not on 11. You are on. Because you're at 197 damage. So I think. Yeah, I think that actually. No, I think that would actually be 19. I think maybe I don't know.
Oh.
Anyway, it is your. Oh, actually, no, it isn't yours. So that was a reaction.
No, it's your turn.
As this time she tries to, with her wings, opens them up to create a few feathers that launch off towards you, like bullets. How would you like to react?
By shooting them.
Okay.
Bonus action cry.
Bonus action, cry.
Oh,
Come on.
Bonus action fall to the ground dead.
Well, I mean, that's not a bonus action. He is with his HP, so...
Yeah.
That with another 6 is then 35. So that's... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that body's you.
They
As
didn't
long
kill
as
you,
you just
though.
hear the as long as you just hear the spinning stop.
And we have a winner! Blaze has defeated, without taking any damage whatsoever, the infamous Gunhead. As she then just flaps her wings downwards, lands on the ground as a big explosion of fire dissipates off of her, as she's just now no longer a flame, but she still has her wings. As she then just walks off towards her team's other side, as she looks.
What just happened, guys?
As then somebody goes in just to drag Gunhead off. As he
While that's happening, I'm just going to call Maximilian quickly.
Then just drags him off, and then what happens is, as you come out, your head turns back into a gun, but your arms then lose the gun facet as you awaken, fully healed and fine.
Ah, jeez. Oh, that was quite an experience. So what happened? Oh, I lost. Sorry. I guess I didn't get to show all my deeds.
The phone picked up, yeah.
So did he give you? I forgot. Did he give you a device that could allow you to contact him?
The bands. I did it before.
Yes. Oh, yeah. He answers, "Oh, well, hello there, Anake. How can I help you today?"
Not much. So you are watching, yeah?
I don't know quite what you mean by that.
The fight that just happened.
You're gonna have to be a lot more specific there, son.
This is the replacement?
Oh, you mean Gunhead?
Yeah.
Well, don't you worry now about him. I thought that he'd be a good fixture, a good balancing act for the rest of your team.
He just lost the fight without landing in a single attack that did anything.
And I mean, haven't you had fights where you barely did anything before you got completely tanked?
No idea
I
what
just hang up.
No idea what that's like. Couldn't be me.
Shut up, Invincible Felix.
Yeah.
To be fair, there was one fight where Felix got knocked out instantly, but that was
And we weren't asking
way,
you, you weren't
way
honest
long
at
ago.
all.
Say again, sorry, Kane.
No, I just hang up.
And now the question is, who exactly will take on the next champion? And we shall see next time. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. I hope you've had a wonderful time with this. This has been a very interesting episode, as this is the 52nd episode, confirming a whole official year worth of episodes. Thank you very much, and always have a wonderful night. Please check out theanimatetales.com if you wish to make your own characters and your own campaigns using this system. Thank you very much. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.